So we have sold that as a bundle. One more of the Betty Boops has gone out for 10. Well, good morning guys and welcome. This little lovely is now listed. I already had an offer of £300 for it, which is quite good considering it cost me absolutely nothing. We have got loads and loads and loads of solds going out. Well, not loads and loads, but quite a lot. There's a few that's already gone. I'll just run through them real quick. So we have sold. Jesus, I've got quite a way back here, guys, to catch you up on solds. Right then. So we have sold a ultrasonic humidifier for £16, compared as a bundle. One more of the Betty Boops has gone out for £10. Canon HG20 camcorder has sold for £18.11. Unfortunately, I paid 20 quid for that, so that wasn't the best. A Humax with no remote that came in a big bundle has sold for 8 quid. A Panasonic Blu-ray player and recorder has sold for £42. The Espresso Magimix coffee machine has sold for £30. These are all part of these bundles. And the Russell Hobbs bread maker has sold for £20. One of the IKEA lamps, I've still got one left on the shelf, that has sold for £20. The start and charger, that's sold for £29.99. Some little TDK standard videos for £7. The Tommy Tippy Perfect Close to Nature bottle thing, whatever, has sold for 15 quid. The Canon PowerShot, unfortunately, only sold for £51. However, is that not focusing? Come on. However, it's still here. Buyer hasn't paid, so that's gone nowhere. The Pellicase spill kit has sold for £64. Little Mattel's Disney car thing I picked up last year, that has sold for £14.62. Another Betty Boop, as you can see, we've only got one Betty left, has sold for £10. Bearing in mind I paid a tenner for all of them, guys. Shark, that was cancelled. The little ceramic pot I picked up for £1, that sold for £7. Smoothing plane, I got a box of 5 of those for like 5 quid, that sold for £7.99. That was cancelled, but then later sold. A pair of shoes have been delivered. The HPI Firestorm, the radio controlled car that was there that I paid 30 quid for, I sold for 82. A wet and dry vacuum, which I mistakenly left out the filter for, so I'm going to send him it. I have messaged him, he's absolutely fine with it. Has sold for £19.99. The Morphe Richards Shark Super Vacuum cordless vacuum that didn't charge or have a charger, that was only sold for £5. The Walker, the blue one that I paid £5 or £10 for from that guy at the car boot, that I sold for £35. And then we're on to the bits that we have in front of us, which is the LG DVD recorder, no remote, working, £15. One of the Britain's farm tractor things, which is those two guys there that we picked up from the car boot, the two green trailers for the back of the Britons. One of those was sold for £25 and I paid £25 for both of them. Makita radio, I don't even know where I've put that, because I can never find anything. However, the Makita radio has sold. There she is, broken Makita radio there, doesn't power on, wobbly knob. Has sold for £14.85. The Andrew James sous vide maker, which is here, has sold for £36.32. And then the I forgot I hadn't had this listed, but this little blue Sony CD radio here, I forget that was unlisted. So I listed it yesterday and it sold yesterday for £25. And I actually have another identical model there in silver, which is currently still up for sale. So, pickups at the charity shop were this little fella, the little MIP robot. These are all part of a bundle. So the robot, this mini disc player, this soup maker. Is it that soup maker? Possibly. No, it wasn't. That robot, that mini disc player, bear with, guys. That G-Tech. And a floor cleaner. Where's the floor cleaner gone? Where's the floor cleaner gone, guys? What on earth? Have I put it outside? Nope. Oh, it's there. And the aircraft floor cleaner. They were all £10. So yeah, brilliant. Can't ask for more. You saw me pick up one of these Pulte steamers. It was blue in colour in the box. It does say that on the box. However, it didn't work. It powered on, it pressurised, because you can see the dial going up, because I've got a pressure dial on the top there. It powered on, pressurised up, but when you pulled the trigger, nothing happened. I believe in that little hole just there, that's where a little pin pushes in, and you can hear 2 micro switches clicking. So I believe the micro switches on the blue one had failed. However, this red one was over there in that corner and has been sat there for a good 6 months waiting to get hoses and stuff for it. Or this hose, just the hose that plugs into there. That's the one that was missing for it. It was another charity shop pickup. I didn't pay a great deal for it. But ironically, I had a green bag up here that had all the accessories. And if I lift that out, there's that green bag with all the accessories. So there's 2 lots of accessories, 1 lot of hoses and pipe work, and 1 steamer. Luckily, all that worked together. And yeah, I've now got a steamer I can sell. Got some listing to do. Tested the suit maker, tested the little robot guy. Sold on the suit maker, you're talking 20-25 quid. The little robot guy, I did research this. MIP robot. Let's have a little look. Filter, show more sold items. Pre-owned. Got pre-owned ones, white, £26. Pre-owned, 37. Brand new, 120. 31. So there's probably a good 25, 30 quid in that. The mini disc player, this little fella, this powers on and works, and this they've thrown it in the bin because it didn't have any speakers or a remote. So I asked them if I could have it. They said yes, so that has now come home with me. And these have got good sales, 40, 50 quid sometimes on those, even without the speakers. Most of what's in here now is empty boxes, guys. I went to a customer's house and she gave me absolutely loads of empty boxes. That's all packaging. That's all packaging. We've got absolutely tons and tons of packaging, which is good because things are now starting to sell. Now then, this thing. Customer said to me, oh, I've lost my paper. The customer said to me, I've got this piece of furniture in my garage. Would you be interested? And straight away I was like, not really, because it's furniture and I don't care. I'm really not bothered about it. As you can see, it takes up loads of room. My wife can't even get on the treadmill. So we had this, and this was donated by a customer. It is a mid-18th century Indian rosewood sewing box. So essentially what you do is you pull the top part out, and then these spindles, they go all the way through. You pull a spindle out, and that then will release the drawers so you can open the drawers. So it's got 12 drawers going the whole way around. I had a quick Google search, I had a quick eBay search, did all the normal things, and the only ones I could find that were either for sale or sold were in America. It even comes with a key, look. We're in America, and some of these were in between £3,500 and £4,500. So whilst I had it in the van, another one of my customers is actually a furniture restorer. So I thought, let's take it to him while it's in the van and see what he thinks. He fell in love with the thing. He said it's beautiful. It's got all these wonderful like copper inlays, and they're the whole way around it. They're on the drawers. They're absolutely everywhere. It is a wonderful looking thing. Wouldn't go in my house, but... So he took some pictures of it and sent those pictures to his auction house that uses him to restore their furniture. And they came back and said, unfortunately, it's a reproduction. It's worth about 35 quid. So that's just wonderful, isn't it? I got so excited, think I was going to make thousands and thousands of pounds. And it turns out it's worth 35 quid. So, yeah, mega. what else? Anything else? Anything else to report? I don't think there is, guys. I think you're pretty much caught up. Today is Friday. I will be doing a car boot on Sunday, and then the following week after that, it's the big car boot, really local to me, that I just cannot wait to get back to, because the ones I'm going to at the minute are, well, mediocre at best. So we'll pop outside. Just I'm going to put the battery on charge for the Cadillac. There's the pooch. Look at him. Hello, Steffi. Yeah, so I'll give this a bit of a wipe down. Got it listed, starting bid of £100, 10-day auction. We'll see how it goes. Could make me some strong money, but if somebody's willing to just chuck 300 quid straight at it, I would assume then that the auction, because he's got a lot of people watching it, I presume that the auction is going to run for more. But listen, we've got 10 days before that happens, so I'll have to get back to you on that one. Right guys, thanks ever so much for joining me on the sales. We've done some good sales in the last week. Long may it continue, payday and all that. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.